Okay, fourth grade, it's Mrs. Worrell here. I'm at the mall and I'm about to go in and go shopping, but I want to pose a question to you. What does the mall have to do with math? Think about that and pause the video, and then I will give you my problem. Okay, so now you see I'm at the mall. You can kind of see it here in the background. So I'm gonna go buy something, and obviously what I was thinking you would say is money. Money and the mall are connected, definitely. So I'm gonna go in and buy something, and I'm gonna get change, and I'll come back and I'm gonna have you look at the change. But I want you to think about how money is related to fractions and decimals. And then I'll come back and I'll tell you what my change is. Here's my change that I got from the mall. So I have a $1 bill, so I'm going to start with that, $1. And the $1 is in the ones place, as you noticed. Then I'm going to look at my next biggest coin, which is my dime here, and that's worth 10 cents. And if you notice, the 10 cents goes in the tenths place. And then I have a nickel, which is worth 5 cents. See how I'm lining it all up with the decimal spot in the same point? The 5 here is in the hundredths. And lastly, my 2 pennies, which is 2 cents. Of course, I'm going to line that up too. So there's nothing in the ones place here. And then I'm going to add my total up. 5 plus 2 is 7, 1, and $1.17 was my change. The 1 here is in the ones place. This one is in the tenths place. And then I have the hundredths place, just like we've been studying with decimals. If I have something in the dollar spot, that is also equal to the 1 spot. Dimes is equal to tenths, and pennies are equal to hundredths. So essentially, if I have $1.56, excuse me, I really have 1 and 56 hundredths. So let's try this one together. Here are my coins, and I see a dime, which is 10 cents, 2 nickels, 10 more cents, so it's 20 cents, plus 1 penny, 21 cents. So if I'm going to color in my block, please excuse my messiness with the iPad here. There's a 1/10 and 2/10, and that's going to be pretty much impossible for me to color in this last box here, but there we go, there's my penny. So 21 cents is also equal to 21 hundredths. I think this chart here is a good way to practice, so let me show you how it works. It gives me my amount here with 3 cents, and then it wants you to write it as a fraction or a mixed number. So 3 cents would be 3 hundredths. And then it's already written here as a decimal. And then if it wants you to write bills and coins, 3 cents, that would really be 3 pennies. There's no other way to put it. So how about you pause this video and try to fill in the chart on your own. I'm going to fill it in myself now. If I'm looking here, I have 25 cents, and that's going to be 1/4. It also could be 2 dimes and a nickel, right? And it could be 5 nickels. It could be 25 pennies, but the best way to give change for 25 cents is the quarter. They already filled in the fraction, which is 25 hundredths, but that also can be simplified to 1/4. And then it's written as a decimal, 25 hundredths. Okay, my next one has 2 quarters and 1 dime. So 2 quarters is 50 cents, 1 dime, so that's 60 cents. Please don't forget your dollar sign here. So we simplified it to 6/10, or it originally was 60 hundredths. So I'm going to write it like so as a decimal. And last but not least, I have 2 $1 bills, so that's going to give me 2 there with the decimal point, and then 5 nickels. 5 times 5 is 25. So $2.25. So I'm going to write it as a mixed number. Don't forget my larger whole number here. 2 and 25 hundredths. But I see I also up here, I'm going to use my resources, it says 1/4. So it could also be 2 and 1/4. So it has 2 that it could be, and then I'm going to write it as a decimal. I have my whole number, and then I have 25/100. Now I want you to try this one on your own. I want you to total up how many coins I have here. I know it doesn't look exactly like a coin, but I drew them out, and that's one of the options you do have. Total them up, figure out what it would be in money, as a fraction, and as a decimal. Now we're going to do it together. So I have 2 quarters, and that equals 50 cents, right? And I have 1 dime, so that's 10 cents. 2 nickels, that equals 5 cents each, which would give me 10 cents, and then 1 penny. So when I total them up, I know I don't have that much room here. I'm going to total them up on the side here. So 1 in the hundredths, 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 7, and nothing in the ones place. So I have 0 in the ones place, 7 in the tenths place, and 1 in the hundredths place. So I have 71 cents. Now, when I write that as a fraction, I'm going to write that over here, 71 hundredths. And I know I can't simplify that because 71 is prime. Do you remember that term? I hope you do. 71 is prime, so I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to write it as a decimal, which essentially I did over here. I'm just taking out the dollar sign. So tomorrow we'll be working on this in class. I hope you enjoyed lesson 9.4, and we'll see you tomorrow.